Robyn Michele Levy, our guest. She is a broadcaster. She makes documentaries. She's a writer. She's a visual artist. How does your visual art, your creative side, help you through all of this mess?
I don't know what I'd do without it. It's just, it's the place I go naturally. It's my first impulse, and I go at it consciously and subconsciously, and I love working on all these pieces. I'm now using digital medium, so I use a digital pen, and I do everything on the computer.
And you once used acrylics and all of that.
Yes.
Do you not use acrylics because of the
toxicity,
chemicals?
And also because I have to go to the studio, and this I can just stay put at my computer, and it's so much fun. And if I make a mistake, I just delete it and then go back.
Yes, I love the parade of flossed souls.
Yes.
And there is something to do with that. You have a dentist across the street, right? And
I
a
do,
fantasy
my neighbor.
about him
Yeah.
flossing your teeth, or
Yeah,
what?
well, before I started taking the Parkinson's medication, I was losing a lot of manual dexterity, and I love to floss every day, and I was having a hell of a time. I just couldn't do it, and I didn't want to have to ask my husband or my daughter, and so when I was writing the book, I had this fantasy of Will, my dentist neighbor across the street, and that we would meet each other in the middle of the night, a clandestine affair, and he would, under moonlight, he would floss my teeth, and I would just thank him for flossing me. And
A little sci-fi, but...
Yeah, and so when it came time to publish the book, and I gave him and his wife the excerpts to read, did they mind that they were mentioned like this? And would they care for their names to be changed? They were so happy to have their names left as is. And Helen, his wife, said, "Please make sure that you name him in your book, because I want the whole world to know that you're fantasizing about my husband."
About my husband flossing your teeth,
Yeah.
yes. It's a rare thing. Is he the dentist who plays music?
Yes, he has a
Same
band.
dentist?
Same dentist.
He sounds like a fun dentist.
They're great neighbors.
Do they have a name for the band? Or do you call them the Overbites?
I call them the Overbites, and I know that there's they're called the Lost Faculties.
The Lost Faculties.
And they're actually practicing again now for some garage band competition, yeah.
Sort of like the world's worst orchestra.
No, but they're great. They're great. They rock.
So is the world's worst orchestra.
Oh, okay. I
They,
don't know
they
them.
just have fun, yeah, but they are
Yeah.
great. So back to you.
Yeah.
Parkinson's, breast cancer survivor.
Yes.
How great.
Yeah.
There's still that lingering. When you wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
I've had a couple challenges, and I know in the night you're all happy, happy, happy in the dream.
Speak for
In the
yourself.
dreams. Speak for yourself. Well, when you don't wake up at 3 in the morning
Right.
and make things up.
Yeah.
But then you wake up in the morning. Do sometimes you forget that anything's wrong with you at all?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's lovely. I love that.
I do too, that
It's
little
like
moment.
reality amnesia, right? Yeah, when you wake up and you think, and then suddenly, oh, goodness, that really is happening. I still have that dreadful disease. Or
Yeah.
where's my right breast? It's gone. Somebody
Yeah.
took it.
Did you name it? The right breast or the prosthesis or?
I named my prosthesis Dolores. Yeah, I'm not wearing her now, but there was a time that I wore her. We were really sort of best buddies, bosom friends, yes.
Bosom friends.
Yeah.
And I know that many women have thought about different things they would do.
Yeah.
And your doctor, is Dr. Chung?
Yes.
She your surgeon?
Yes.
She said to you, when they take your breast, when they remove your breast, they don't remove it all at once.
I know, isn't that surprising? It's not
It
like
was
one big
to
fell
me.
swoop.
They don't just go, apparently not. They take parts.
Yes, they section it off, like, yeah.
So you had a feeling, and you write about it in here,
Yeah.
that perhaps you should have bronzed it before you lost it.
Well, done something to commemorate it, yes. But I was a little bit sort of in the thick of the emergency, procedure of just taking care of all these little appointments I had to do, and yeah.
When you talk to your therapist, Teresa, you say she's in the swivel chair and you're on the snivel couch.
Yes, I cried.
How does she help you when you're the cry lady?
Oh, well, for one thing, she doesn't get, it doesn't impact her in a way that makes her fearful. She's not, put off by the tears, and she's able to help me work through that and face what I'm, dealing with.
When you told your daughter, Naomi,
Yeah.
what was that like? That whole experience
which
of the
diagnosis?
first one. Right, you've had two. The Parkinson's firstly.
Parkinson's was the toughest because we were at a very low point in our relationship, and I was very unhappy and depressed and moody, and she really felt that it was because of her.
I see.
Because she was just a kid, and she didn't understand, and it's easy to misinterpret things when you're a child. And when we found out that it was because of this disease that was causing my mood swings, and when I became medicated with the right medication and things started to improve, things got better with Naomi and I. And then things were ticking along, and then 8 months later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So when I told her, she said, "You have that too?"
Gee, I'm going to camp.
She was a bit floored, you know.
No kidding. Well, every child is. I know I've had a couple run-ins with events,
Yes,
health events.
Health events, right.
And your kids are more terrified than you are at some level.
Well, because they want to know, first of all, are you going to live? Are you going to be okay? They don't want to be left, you know, without a parent. It's their gut reaction.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we're glad about that.
Oh, yeah.
We're happy they care.
Yeah, of course.
Instead of mother's gone, good.
Yeah, but it's a very traumatic experience. And
Absolutely.
I think for Naomi, she's still dealing with, you know, the fact that this is a neurodegenerative disease, the Parkinson's, and the changes in watching me. So it's not easy.
Because there is no cure at this point.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. Sorry. But ever hopeful. And with
Yes.
work of Michael J. Fox
know.
and others,
Lots of
and
people.
lots of research, because we just don't know when somebody will figure it out.
Yeah, I hope that they do it. I hope they do.
I do too.
You know, if not for my generation, but for the next generation.
How was it writing this? What did you learn about you, about your journey?
Well, I found the writing of this to be excruciatingly painful and fun at the same time. I learned that I'm good with the funny, but I had to dig a lot deeper to reveal more of myself. The first manuscript that I submitted, the first draft of it, my editor laughed her pants off, but she didn't connect.
Oh.
It was really interesting because I just kind of glossed over the depth. And she said, you know, you need to dig deeper.
Because this started with emails, right? Emails to your friends, telling them what was up.
But the funny things, you know, like I went to the doctor and, you know, this happened and that happened, and, you know, I pulled a little practical joke, or, you know, or a quirky observation. And so those were the funny things. But talking about just the depth, like the longing, you know, for your missing breast, or how it affects your sense of identity, your sexuality, you know.
Yes. And you point out very clearly that you like your diseases short and curable.
Yes.
Don't we all?
Yes.
This coconut thing.
Oh, yes, I baked you some macaroons. I had some help. My daughter last night helped me.
How great.
Yeah.
Tell me about why you did that.
I love to bake, and before I was diagnosed with the Parkinson's and before being treated with Parkinson medication, I really didn't spend much time. I didn't have the energy or the manual dexterity to do the baking. But now that I'm, you know, on drugs, I can do lots of things again. So baking is one of them.
It's sort of the simple things, isn't it, at times, that bring you solace.
Yeah.
Baking a chocolate chip cookie, or a macaroon, or walking your dog.
Yeah. Yeah, who was just who loves the snow and just was so clumpy at the end of the walk yesterday. We were laughing hysterically because like all the little fur balls were collecting little ping pong balls of snow, and it was very sweet.
We're still working. You are.
Yeah, I'm still writing and still working on my blog, and I have lots of ideas, lots of stuff I want to do, but I do have to keep in mind that I have limited resources of energy.
You know, I'm going to give this to everyone I know who thinks they're having a bad day.
Well, you know, I think anybody can read it. I'm getting lots of feedback from people who are well. You don't have to be sick to buy my book.
No.
Yeah.
No, but if you like to laugh.
Yeah, and if you want to
and
compare
cry a little bit.
And if you want a good, you know, morbid measuring stick.
Well, Biff says it on the back. She says, riveting and endearingly funny, Her story affected me profoundly, covered me in a blanket of feelings and thoughts that will stay with me forever, like a friend. I thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is great.
Thank you.
Surviving my medical meltdown, most of me, Robyn Michele Levy, our guest.